Hey everybody, welcome to Excel video 433. I hope you enjoyed the presentation this afternoon at MGMA's annual conference in Las Vegas. Hope you got some ideas for custom reports in your practice. There's a bunch of different ways you can do more than just a plain old ordinary dashboard if you can get at the data and have the tools. I want to play more with message boxes today, and let me just start by running this message box routine and then we'll see how it does. There are 5 message boxes that are going to come up here. And I'm listing the option number here, and then just watch the buttons, because that's what we're playing with today is the button option. So I can do, it really doesn't matter whether I do OK or cancel. I can go back and forth between them. But first I had OK and cancel. I can make it say yes, no. The other thing I can do is I can make that little sound in the warning, the exclamation point, like that. Or I can get that, and I can get yes, no, and a cancel. And notice how this time the no button is the default instead of the yes. Let me show you how I did all that. The trick is, same as we did last time, a message box prompt goes inside and then the title goes outside. The difference is the number. Last time we did a vbOKCancel and vbInformation. When you go in, let's just come up here and do this. Message box A and the comma. Excel will give you by default a whole bunch of different options here. But really what it's looking for is not necessarily one of these options. It's looking, we'll get rid of this. It's looking for a number. Let me show you what I mean. I have got, if you've never been here before, this is Microsoft's Developer Network. Here's the URL to get where I am. But what it will tell you is, here's what the message box function does. And you're familiar, after watching the last Excel video, with what the prompt, buttons, title, help file, all that does. Notice that the buttons, it's optional, and it's looking for a number. It's not looking for that VB, yes, no, VB, OK, cancel, or whatever. It's looking for a number, and here's how it works. What it does is it says, okay, your first choice is, what do you want the buttons to say? Do you want an OK only? Do you want OK and cancel? Abort, retry, ignore, yes, no, cancel, yes, no, retry. Here are your options from 0 to 5. Then what you can do is you can say, all right, what do you want next to that? You can get a critical message icon, a warning query, a warning message. That's the one we're doing, is warning message, and an information message. And what you do is you take the 48 that you want for the warning message and the 4 for yes, no. And if you take 48 and 4 and put a 52 in here, like I did here, I'm going to get the 4 that does the yes, no, and then I'm going to add 48 to get the exclamation and the warning thing. Let's keep going a bit. If you come down here, you can add to what you chose the button style to be, what you chose the message style to be. You can make the first button default, and that by just 0. That's the default. If you want the second button to be the default, like we did in our final example, you add 256. So what I did is I said, all right, I want a yes, no, cancel button. That's 3. I want the warning message icon, so that's 48. So I take 3 plus 48, that's 51, and then I add 256. And when I do that, that 307 starts with 3, add 48, add 256, and you can get exactly the configuration of the buttons, what's the default, what do I want the message to look like, by playing with the number in here, and you can do all kinds of crazy things depending on what you add to your number. But if you want a certain number of buttons, certain type, a certain style, want the default to be the 3rd button or whatever, here's how to do it, and the way is to play with the number that goes here. vbOKCancel, vbInformation, vbSNO, that stuff all works. But if you want a little more control about what your options are, here's how to do it. Stay tuned. In the last of 3 Excel videos, what I want to do is go through an example that says, let's look at the results of yes, no. What we've done so far is just click yes, click no, it doesn't matter. What we can do is we can grab results from the message box and do this if it's yes and do that if it's no, for example. We'll do that in the next Excel video. Thanks for watching.